How do you keep yourself from getting into a negative rut as an autistic? So today I'm going to be talking about how you can build up what I call momentum. So we all know when we get sick, maybe a week later or maybe 2 weeks later, it's very hard to feel the way you did. Say if you felt really good before. I had this couple weeks ago where I got sick with COVID and I ended up going to a party the week after, and I had a lot of momentum and I was on a roll the previous week and I felt just amazing. I was so spontaneous and sociable and I could talk to everyone and I was present, I was there. And then I got COVID and I went to the party and I could just tell I was overthinking, I was stressed, I was not present, I wasn't there in the moment. So how can we help you to create more momentum in your life so that it's easier to be your best self? Because that's what I'm about, that's what we're here to do. When I think back to when I was at my lowest, that is the best example of how momentum is on your side. So because I was always negative, it builds up. So every day, if you be negative, you'll be more negative, then more negative, then more negative, then more negative. For example, until I got out of that and I started to improve, I had very, very slow momentum, but forward momentum is better than backwards or no momentum at all, because then you're not moving. So the biggest roadblock for most autistics would be autistic inertia. So I'm not going to get into autistic inertia in this video because that can be something for a separate video. But to conclude, autistic inertia is when, okay, you want to do something and then your mind goes, yeah, I need to do it, but no, I'm not going to do it. So how can we combat that problem? So the way I've combated that problem is just to focus on taking one step at a time. So just because there's a lot of things to do, if you don't do one, well, none of them's going to get done. Don't think of all of them. Don't think of all of the tasks, think of one of the tasks. Okay, what's the next step I got to do? Okay, how do I walk out of the house? Well, I got to put my shoes on. That's my next task that I must do. Everything else doesn't matter because you haven't done the next task yet. So that's how I think of it, how I've changed my brain to stop getting into a rut and stop overthinking about, all my tasks and getting stuck in that autistic inertia. Getting stuck in that autistic inertia, because we don't want that, because that's one of the things that's going to stop your momentum and keep you moving forward. As I said, forward momentum is better than not moving at all, even if it's a little bit. So trying not to be stressed about the next thing, or all the things you got to do. Rather, think about the next thing you got to do. Okay, I got to put my shoes on. That is the next step, because it's part of life. It's what you have to do. So that's my perspective on this, and if there's any other challenges you guys face, put it in the comments and I'll see if I can understand, well, how could we maybe combat that, or maybe there's a separate video I could make on it. So yeah, put it in the comments what your experience with this is. And I think the biggest problem with momentum is people look at it the wrong way. So when they look at momentum, when they have a short-term failure, so for example, if you've ever seen what a stocks graph looks like, you zoom out, say a year has gone by, and it goes and it goes up like this. But if you zoom into like a week or maybe a month, it will be like this. So you have to start seeing everything as you are getting better over time, not seeing it, not being upset about the short-term lows. You have to be happy that you've done the right thing, or you've made the right choice, for example. So yeah, this is my main step you can take for this video. As long as you keep your mind moving constantly, you will develop a little bit of momentum, no matter how small the task is. As long as it's in line with your purpose and your values and what you like to do, that's a good thing. As long as it's not negative tasks. How can I give an example? Maybe not sleeping or doing something that might destroy your health. Well, then obviously you won't get as much momentum because you're going backwards. You're not improving. So that's my main tips. Check out all these birds flying around me. Look at that. They're just flying. Hello. Put down in the comments what tasks or processes or things that you would like to do daily that you think will help you build momentum. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching.